Okay, I'll get everybody to finalise their seats, please. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, what an auspicious day. Welcome, everybody. My name is Joyce McSwan. I'm a pharmacist and the immediate past president of the Australian Pain Society. And on behalf of all our esteemed guests here and our open team, I want to give you a very warm, hearty welcome. It's National Pain Week too, by the way, everybody. So, yeah, so good, so good. I'm also the Managing Director of PainWise, and I'm very honoured to be chairing this event today, standing on the shoulders of our amazing giants. And today, the Online Pain Education Network is an incredible, amazing project. Firstly, I would like to start by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land where we are meeting today in New South Wales Parliament, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, as well as the other traditional owners on the lands from where you are watching this broadcast today. So, welcome to also all our wonderful online participants in the room. We've got a very special welcome to you, our 60 guests, and over 150 guests online. So, hello to you guys online, and thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, let's give them an applause. We know you are with us in spirit, and we absolutely feel you with us here nationwide. So, this is so exciting. So, the Open Training Program, what is this you are here for? I hear you ask. It is an online, digitally enabled, interdisciplinary pain management course designed for healthcare professionals across primary care, hospitals, aged care, and not forgetting our students who are incoming into the workforce. And why is this so important? Well, Open aims to have impact. It's very important. Wherever you live in Australia, whatever your healthcare professional may be, regardless of what setting you work in, or if you are, as I said, a student coming into the emerging health workforce, the Open Pain Training Program has been designed by clinical experts to give you the skills, the knowledge, the tools to make a difference, and to make a difference compassionately in the treatment of those living with persistent pain, these conquerors whom we serve. Open is affordable, it will be very accessible, super flexible. Sounds like a wonderful gymnast. And online e-learning. So if you have Wi-Fi wherever you are, you can access the Open Pain Training. That is how versatile it is. And certainly, I think this is, sorry. Oh, apologies. My notes, I think, have got a little bit lost. Sorry, guys. There's many sets of notes here. Yes, we're well primed for this. You can see it can go wrong on the day sometimes. Important to see who funded this. And with thanks to the Department of Health and Aged Care and the generous support from our philanthropic partners, TDM Foundation and Hearts and Minds Investments, I would also like to thank the Pain Foundation for the important support of Open. Now, there are some very key principles for Open that has informed this particular approach. Firstly, partnership. Now, without leaning in on being united, it's hard to get anything done. So partnership is very important, and the Open Training is based on a collaborative partnership across sectors, uniting health professionals, associations, compensable bodies, and consumers to enhance pain care, most important. Secondly, it's also patient-centered, it's person-centered pain management. So at the heart of Open Training are the voices of the individuals who are living with persistent pain. Now, Open aims to empower people with living with persistent pain to have active self-management strategies. And finally, it's here to equip people to live lives that are meaningful, lives that return them to work, and most importantly, a really productive quality of life. And so, to commence the formal proceedings of today, we now have a message from our Health Minister for Health and Ageing, Minister for Disability and the National Disability Insurance Scheme, the Honourable Mark Butler. Come on in.
Well, hello everyone. To begin, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which you're meeting, the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I extend that respect to their elders past and present and to First Nations people who are with you today. I'm recording this on the lands of the Ngunnawal and Ngambri peoples. While I can't be with you in person, I want to congratulate everyone on the launch of the online pain education networks, proudly funded by the Department of Health, Disability and Ageing. Your team of expert pain clinicians have worked for over 5 years now to make this pain training a reality for healthcare professionals. In particular, I want to thank the lead of OPEN, Professor Michael Nicholas from Sydney University and the Royal North Shore Hospital, who's been working as a clinician, researcher and educator in the pain field for over 45 years. We all know that chronic pain is a significant health issue in Australia, with at least 1 in 5 Australians living with chronic pain. But with this new CPD program, all healthcare professionals can learn practical, evidence-based tools to better support Australians living with chronic pain. Whatever your specialty, general practice, nursing, physiotherapy or allied health, OPEN will provide best practice in pain management. As OPEN is completely online, healthcare practitioners right across Australia, from rural and remote locations to capital cities, will have access to the highest quality in pain training. This will lead to improved health outcomes for patients who suffer from pain to live their lives more fully. So once again, congratulations to the OPEN team for being part of the solution to how pain is understood and how it's treated and how it's lived with. Thank you very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Minister Honourable Mark Butler, for that. And now we'd like to show a short video so you can learn more about OPEN and some of the clinicians involved behind the scenes.
No exaggeration to say this course represents a breakthrough in interdisciplinary pain management training.
Through the new treatment, and I'd been given the tools to manage my own pain. It was almost like a dream come true. I didn't think it was possible.
So OPEN will be an incredibly unique education product for healthcare professionals. Exciting, exciting. I hope you're getting your appetites wet, not for lunch, but for this. So wonderful. And let's hear now from none other than the OPEN academic lead, our very own beloved Professor Michael Nicholas, a leader nationally and internationally in the pain sector. Michael is a clinical psychologist and has been working as a clinician, researcher, educator in the pain field since 1980. He has played a leading role in pain education for all healthcare professionals internationally with the International Association of the Study of Pain since 2010. And since 2000, Michael and his team at the Sydney Medical School's Pain Education Unit have been conducting the internationally recognised graduate pain management education program online for all health disciplines. Michael's also got clinical roles at the Michael J. Cousins Pain Management and Research Centre at the Royal North Shore Hospital, including directing their multidisciplinary pain management programs for people with chronic disabling pain. I call him the dad of pain. So come on up, Michael.
I don't know whether that's what my wife or children would call me. I can't, well, I'm just having to be standing in the right place at the right time when we got this grant. So I wanted to say a few words. I've got 3 minutes, so don't worry. I won't go on too long. So thanks, Joyce. No, I'm sure I don't have to tell this audience, but the prevalence and impact of chronic pain are such that the current models of care for chronic pain for most people living with these conditions, because of many conditions, are not meeting their needs adequately, and I would say probably never will. Of course, we do help some people, but not at a population level. The problem is too big for individual clinics alone. People suffering from chronic pain deserve better than long waiting lists to see the relatively small group of hard-working pain specialists and pain clinics around the country. Unfortunately, researchers and pain sufferers themselves have repeatedly found the health workforce in general is not adequately equipped to provide the help they need. Even when they recognise the enduring nature of chronic disabling pain, far too many healthcare workers acknowledge a lack of skills and a lack of confidence to provide the care needed. Open represents a practical and possibly world-first opportunity to change this situation at the national level. Fittingly, as you've heard, Open was funded by the Federal Department of Health and Aged Care to develop training for the health workforce as a whole across Australia and effective pain management skills to improve access to pain care and achieve better outcomes for people living with pain. Additionally, as you've heard as well, sorry to be repetitive, but generous funding from our philanthropic partners here today, from TDM, Hearts and Minds Investments, as well as support from the University of Sydney, Curtin University, and the Northern Sydney LHD, has enabled us to achieve the final product that we're launching today. This will be accessible online at very low cost to the whole health workforce and educational facilities, so the training can be truly national. I should also acknowledge the reason many Australians like yourselves and health organisations are becoming aware of Open is largely due to the inspired work of Sue Bellino, our communications expert, coupled with the creative flair of the team at Soul Studios, who have developed the videos, you've seen the artwork, the graphic designs, to make Open as engaging as possible, because who wants to talk about pain? I can't do justice to the many facets of this 5-year program right now, but suffice to say, it has involved the sustained hard work of a large group of people. We call ourselves a consortium of clinicians, researchers, and educators from across Australia, many of whom are here today. There is, of course, more to do to realise our vision that people living with pain can lead active, productive, and meaningful lives despite that pain. By equipping the health workforce, not just individual clinics, with the skills to achieve this, Open offers a rare opportunity to make a real impact on the burden of chronic pain across Australia. All we need now is the support of the health workforce, their employers, governments, health insurers, and educators to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michael. The collaborative efforts have been certainly incredible to see it all pieced together over these years, and I've certainly had the honour of being able to do that. So next, I would like to introduce you to Tom Cohen, to tell his personal story of living with chronic pain. Tom is also one of the founders of TDM Growth Partners, who have provided generous support to bring Open program to life today. And I must say, it's been such an honour to see it all come together with partnership with them. So without much ado, let me introduce Tom Cohen.
Thanks, Joyce. Today, I feel very fortunate to live a normal life. I love my work, I can go on family holidays, I can play sport, and I spend all weekend driving my 3 kids around Sydney. But 25 years ago, it was not the case. I couldn't sit, walk, or stand. I was lying on my living room floor, not knowing what to do. A love of cricket had caused stress fractures in my back. And whilst they had healed, my brain and my body didn't believe it. I was stuck in persistent and debilitating pain. Over a 5-year period, I saw about 30 medical professionals, and everyone said the same thing. I don't know how to help, and I don't know what's wrong. And in fact, I think my GP at the time thought I was going crazy. I had to leave my job in investment banking. I missed family events, I missed weddings, and the idea of walking down the street to get a cup of coffee was overwhelming. It was during this time that I was fortunate to start TDM. Whilst I couldn't sit at a desk, I was able to read and I was able to make investment decisions. A year later, I was referred to the Royal North Shore Pain Management Clinic, and I met Michael. To me, it felt like the last roll of the dice to hopefully one day live a normal life. Over the months and years that followed, they gave me my life back. I learned to manage my pain. What once felt impossible felt possible again. As I often say, the Royal North Shore Pain Management Clinic changed my life forever, and for that, I'm eternally grateful. 9 years ago, when we made the decision to set up the TDM Foundation, it was a no-brainer for us to do whatever we could to support this area of pain. And we couldn't be prouder of what the team has achieved so far, and couldn't be more excited about what the future holds to really have an impact. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tom, for sharing your inspirational story. Indeed, returning to meaningful life, as we said before, one of the key principles of this approach. Now, I would like to also introduce you to Rolly Clifton-Bly from the TDM Foundation. Rolly is the director of the TDM Foundation and has been an exceptional guide and leader for us, and such a powerful and such a positive and graceful person. I've really been inspired watching you assist us through this to today. His hard work behind the scenes, always just quietly shedding his last thought that usually just lands that last bomb that you need to create an open social enterprise, something we couldn't have honestly imagined. So let's hear it out from Rolly Clifton Bly.
Thanks so much, Joyce, for those kind words. And I have to say, it's always hard following Tom. I've been following him most of my life, having known him since I was 7 years old and being my first friend when I went to school. So my name is Rolly Clifton Bly and I lead the TDM Foundation. And I feel lucky to work with incredible teams every day, doing bold and innovative work to drive real change. The sort of change you just heard Tom speak so passionately about. It's been a privilege to support the Open team. They just are amazing. We've done this through the TDM Foundation, and we've also done it through our partnership with Hearts and Minds. And Maggie from Hearts and Minds is in the room today. But our support didn't stop at funding. Working with the Open team, we wanted to build something that was sustainable, enduring. And that's why we're creating a not-for-profit social enterprise with our brilliant partners from the University of Sydney, Curtin University, and the Australian Pain Society. The social enterprise will effectively become a platform. It will become a platform for further education materials for healthcare professionals and pain consumers. It will become a platform to raise research funds for pain research, which we know can be so difficult to do. And it will become a platform for fostering greater collaboration across the sector. So how will this social enterprise work? Well, we plan to charge healthcare professionals for the materials. This is something that is not new in the sector. However, we didn't want to compromise our impact. Getting these materials to as many healthcare professionals as possible is vital. So we decided to do three things. Firstly, the materials are incredibly competitively priced. They're some of the cheapest and will be some of the cheapest in the market, and will be even cheaper for students. Secondly, we're building partnerships with as many healthcare professional bodies as possible because we want to get to as many healthcare professionals as we can. And we're willing to share the proceeds. For every sale a professional body generates, we'll give them 40 cents in the dollar back. And finally, we're underwriting the operating costs of the social enterprise through philanthropic and corporate support. We're 50% of the way there, and TDM Foundation is certainly planning and is doing a lot more. That way, healthcare professionals know that the revenue when they purchase the materials will go directly towards supporting more research, more education, and more collaboration. We want Open to be a huge success because we know firsthand how devastating pain can be for individuals and families. Our hope is in the years ahead, many more people with stories like Tom's will benefit, not just from clinical care, but from a healthcare system better equipped to respond and to support them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rolly. Well, collaboration takes a nation, doesn't it? And so no matter what sector you're from, whether it's investment, whether it's just at home, supporting your loved ones, it takes all of you. Now, I would like to introduce you to Nicolette Ellis, the Chair of Chronic Pain Australia. I've known Nicolette since she was an intern. And by the way, I could see you two playing together, Rolly and Tom. Nicolette, in addition to being the chair of CPA, is an advanced practice pharmacist, and she also has a professional and personal experience with chronic pain, both working closely supporting clients with chronic pain and her wife, who lives with endometriosis. Yesterday, we celebrated at Parliament House the white paper presentation to government. Nicolette, come on up.
Well, thank you, Joyce. And before I get started, I just wanted to say, Tom, that was so moving. And I'm very guilty of getting emotional when I'm presenting, and it means so much to me hearing your story. I know how hard it is to talk about it. And certainly I've been impacted by pain and seeing my wife living with endometriosis and the challenges of doing that. So I just really applaud you and appreciate the story that you shared with everyone. As Chair of Chronic Pain Australia, we are the peak consumer body representing people living with chronic pain, and it's such a privilege to be here during National Pain Week, the best week in Australia. And this is a great moment to shine the light on lived experience, which is why we're truly here and why this education exists. This week, and I've got goodie bags for you because we went to Parliament and we had lots of bags available left over. We did release our National Pain Report. So this is the 11th edition. We've been doing this for 11 years, can you believe it? And we released Pain Takes a Nation because it does. One woman told us in the report that she lost her job, her marriage, and her identity even before she received a diagnosis. And that story is not rare. It is echoed in every postcode in this country. And this morning I found myself reflecting, Joyce, it's been 11 years of listening to Australians living with chronic pain through our National Pain Report. Do you remember where we were 11 years ago? I do. I was an intern pharmacist, very green and eager, and incredibly lucky to have Joyce as my mentor. I still remember standing in my community pharmacy, my heart sinking, listening to people share their stories of pain. I wanted to help, but I said all of the wrong things. I was trained to fix things. I hadn't been trained to understand pain, let alone provide meaningful care. Joyce, you taught me everything I know about chronic pain. You're a big part of why I am so intrinsically motivated. See, I'm getting emotional now. To advocate for our community. Yesterday, I was so proud. We launched a white paper called Pain Takes a Nation, and it's an urgent call for action for chronic pain. Chronic pain still remains classified in our system as a symptom and not a condition in its own right. And this is unbelievable that the most burdensome condition in our country is not recognised as a condition in its own right. And it shows within our system with how people are treated with chronic pain. And that invisibility also begins in education. Chronic pain is barely mentioned or recognised in most curricula. And it certainly was not in my pharmacy degree as I was going through. And I was so fortunate to have Joyce as my mentor as an intern to teach me everything that I know today. And this leaves generations of health professionals unprepared to respond with confidence and compassion. That's why I'm so proud to support the launch of Open and be a complete partner with Open and Chronic Pain Australia, way behind you in the efforts of getting this out to health professionals. It's interdisciplinary, it's grounded in lived experience, which is the most important thing, and it fills a gap I know all too well because I lived it. When pain is invisible in training, it stays invisible in care. Open is how we change that, empowering health professionals so people living with pain can finally be recognised, fully supported, and truly included. Thank you very much.
Oh, Nicolette, kind words, but God. I'm pretty stoic, guys, but like, come on, I'm a chair, makeup, and I already stuffed up my notes before. Oh, guys, it's tough, you know, that statistic it's terrible. It's really terrible. The report, I'm sorry. I've reflected on that and I've just gone, what are we doing? We have to do better. Open is the way. We need to be on the same table. We need to use the right language. We need to stop the invalidation, the stigma. I was a child carer for my mum since I was 5 or 6. I remember her holding me with a neck brace on. Never knew the impact it would have today. So, to sober us up, last but not least, I'm a fangirl of this researcher. I read her in my clinical papers, and lo and behold, one day I got to meet the Professor Helen Slater. So Helen Slater, last but not least, is a clinical researcher and specialist musculoskeletal physiotherapist at Curtin University School of Allied Health. Helen's work focuses on evidence-based, person-centered care for people experiencing musculoskeletal pain. She co-leads a research program focused on building capacity and capability to strengthen health systems and services to support person-centered care. Welcome, Helen.
Thanks very much, Joyce, and to the speakers before me. Tom, you spoke about the last roll of the dice. Clinicians in the room know that gig. It's not a comfortable feeling. Clinicians want to do their best, but without the skills, it's hard to get there. This is something we considered really carefully when we came to the start of this project, because we've got different disciplines, different curricula, and evidence around those different areas that we had to bring together. So we needed to think, how do we do this to really get to person-centered care? And what we resolved was, if we flipped that training lens 180 degrees, went to the Australian community and asked people with lived experience and carers, what's the most important thing health professionals need to be able to do to support you in your chronic pain care? So that's the approach we took. We went to the community, asked that question. We had over 140 data points. And from that, we developed a training framework with key training targets that enables us in Open to go after those areas that will help us better support person-centered care. So the outcomes from that research from the community, along with expert clinicians in the area, shaped up what we call the Listen to Me, Learn from Me framework. And that's fundamental to the Open program, and a way that we can develop a better shared understanding of pain, a better understanding of how we can truly work as a team together with the person at the centre of their care. So we think that's quite a novel and meaningful and important approach. So in this way, Open will make people's pain more visible, validated, which is a really big issue, as you'll know, understood and matter, with care more targeted to their personalised needs and priorities. So key to achieving that vision is everyone in the room here today. It's going to take a big team to push this out to the wider community. And of course, central to that, Nicolette, is the people with lived experience. So it's a really faithful, genuine engagement with that partnership and with government, as well as industry partners and universities, for a big collective push to try and make a change that's impactful, so that you don't even have to roll the dice. It's a sure thing. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being so attentive. And we're starting to get to the end of this little short part before lunch. And, well, I'm very excited to actually announce that the Open website is live from today at the URL. At the URL that you can see there, www.open.com, very easy to remember. And the training link is obviously the one that's also pictured up there. So already we have hundreds of healthcare professionals sign up to Open. So please go to the website. As I said before, it's the www.open.com to join the growing wait list, and you will be the first to know when you can enrol for the training. Please spread the word. Everybody can make a difference here by just simply sharing that link to your friends, your families, your students, your colleagues. Now, the full training will be available shortly, and that's why to sign up, you'll be the first to know, from 15th of September. The Open website is a one-stop portal for anything you need on pain, including national, international research and consumer resources, not to mention that it is where you will find that training as well from the 15th of September. And as we already mentioned and Rolly explained in greater detail there, it is a not-for-profit social enterprise. So you are pulling into something bigger. It takes a nation. It's going to take all of us to fix this problem, and we have the solutions. And as Professor Nicholas has said, pain clinics will not be enough. And so all the funds from enrolment into this will go back into research in pain, into new modules. And despite these being tranche 1, there will be other modules like pelvic pain and endometriosis, adolescent pain, and also not forgetting the consumers themselves. And as you already heard from Professor Slater, it is co-designed well and truly. So if you have any questions, please go to the website at the Open training, which is there. And there'll be contact page, frequently asked questions are all there. And so those online as well, take a photo of that if you need to so you don't forget the link there as well. There are the questions there. You can contact us. And certainly the ones in the room today, we're all here to answer any questions also. So with that in mind, we come to a bit of a finish of this formal part. I'm sorry we all got a little bit emotional. You can't really when you hear these stories and you reflect your own lives, and I'm sure everybody knows somebody, right? Everybody knows somebody you can help as well through this collaborative. So people often say, what can I do? I'm helpless. Do this one thing. Spread this link for starters. We need to align in this conversation. We need to do better, and we will. The solutions are here. I must thank in final the team behind this day. Sue Bellino, where are you? These people need to be acknowledged. They work round the clock, behind the scenes, getting us ready. And even when they get us ready, we stuff up. Simone De Morgan. Pippi, I don't think Pippi's here today. She's not well. Pippi Walker. Rolly, thank you so much. Soul behind this. All the soul people. The media team who try to make us look pretty. All that beautiful website and all that didn't happen without the dedication. And I think it's a bi-directional thing. We inspire each other, then we inspire each other back, and then we keep inspiring each other. And that's how it takes a nation. So it is such an honour for me, honestly. I don't even know how I even ended up standing up here, but anyway, I really am in awe of all of you. I thank you, all of you, to our people online. Please enjoy lunch. Enjoy this family of pain that we have together. And please help to solve this nation's problem. And we're the solution. The solution is here, right here in this room, in us. So thanks once again for coming, your precious time, and enjoy lunch today. Thank you.